Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let me stop. Good morning. It's your girl, Becky D. We live 7 a.m., 7 days a week with Becky D in the morning. Your morning motivation to get you through the day. Okay? If not the day, the week. All right? But I'll take a day. Sometimes it might just be an hour, but we'll make it do what it do, baby. Okay? So, I know it's tax time. People checking their mailboxes. People checking their emails. They blowing the IRS up. It's just it's a high stress time for the mail carriers right now. Okay, with it being so stressful for the mail carriers right now, they have to be cautious of the packages they drop off. Okay, now that's all the time, but right now we got a lot of extra sensitive documents that are being delivered right now, and so they got to make sure that they are cautious of the addresses that they are taking it to. Okay, so that's gonna lead me into this beautiful conversation that I saw last week. Okay, and I've just been letting it marinate, let it meditate on it a little bit, and I think it's finally ready. Okay, I think the final production is finally ready for y'all. Okay, so the discussion was, you can be the whole package and end up at the wrong address. And what's going to happen is, one, they're not going to know how to handle you. And two, you was never supposed to be theirs to begin with. I had liked that conversation because, it was really talking about relationships. But when you think about that thing, that applies to so much in our lives. Okay, so focusing on the relationship part first. All right. Just going back to my BFF. Okay, so just with all her relationships, there has been a lot of guys who says you need to lower your standards. Okay, and this kind of ties into what I was talking about yesterday a little bit with that. And my friend and I, we were just talking about like how, I don't think you should lower yourself for somebody else, but that it hurt me when they would say it, even though it wasn't addressed towards me. I was like, how you gonna tell a woman that she needs to lower her standards? How about you like man up and raise yours? Like, okay, so I'm willing to have some argument about this if anybody want to have an argument with me about it. Now, I do agree with the fact that a relationship is give and take. There's some things that you will, notice that your partner really doesn't like, but that's like the only thing. Okay, I get it, if that's the only thing. But if you were never supposed to be delivered to them, wouldn't it be foolish to completely and drastically change your life and your lifestyle just to fit the person who got the wrong package? So, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, how do you know it's the one? And da-da-da. It is different for everybody. Some people, they say they feel butterflies when they look at them and all this stuff and, whatever the case may be. I honestly, I don't think you ever really find the one. I think we just kind of settle after a while. Like, that's just personal belief right there. Because it's just hard. It's like, you're always changing in another sense. So it's better to find somebody who's willing to accept you through whatever change you're going to. A lot of days now we got the wigs, we got the makeup, we got all that stuff. You can get the extensions and, you can get your whole body transformed and stuff. So if they not willing to love you at, yo, big, busty, and beautiful size, and they ain't loving you at your sticks and bones side, then, it might not be the one for you, okay? So, don't let the receiver transform you into something else if they were never supposed to be the intent to receive, okay? And, y'all, still that quote, I just rethinking about it in my head, and that thing is, that topic is dope. I ain't got no other word for it. Okay? Because we go through all these different people in our everyday lives, in our everyday relationships, and We give them everything, not realizing that we might not be at the right person. We might not be at the right company. We might not be with the right tribe, okay? So, hashtag vibing with my tribe. So, why are we not being more cautious, okay? That's the thing. If you ever read the Bible, everybody doesn't, so I gotta put it out that way. It talks about guarding your heart, okay? Put on the whole armor of God, all right? So you gotta know when to put on the armor, all right? Because, I mean, honestly now, just going back to like real life stuff, with packages, if it's very and highly sensitive, I know they get signatures and everything. Literally, a lot of older people, their signature is still X, okay? So, I mean, a signature is not going to say anything. Are they going to say, hey, you signed off on it, I'm sorry, you know, that's it. The thing is, though, I really wish, like, the packages would transform if they knew it wasn't the right, like, if it wasn't the right address. That would be so cool. If somebody want to invent something, invent that to protect our precious packages. So, you know, be more exact, more correct. Like I said, it's no fault to the postal system, because, like, addresses, the numbers, they're very similar nowadays. And if for some reason it gets wet, if it gets, like, the tag rips a little bit in packaging, even when you go to scan it still come up like a little digit off sometimes. And sometimes, like, the address is self-correct to fit the postal service criteria. And when it does that, like, I noticed that my zip code actually self-corrected and it got shipped to a whole different address, because there's two of them, so you had to be careful of the actual zip code, okay? So, I mean, this stuff happens, people, and it also happens in our lives. I know I kind of went on a tangent on the whole postal service there, but I really appreciate what they do, because they make things come from point A to point B, and they don't complain about it. They do it in all types of weather. They do it in, like, literally all types of situations, all types of environments, and I'm forever grateful for what they do. We could all be electronic right now. We'll never get our shoes. They'll be like, oh, we emailed it to you. What good is that going to do me? But the thing is, when you go to work, okay, that job may actually be the wrong one. That might be the wrong employer who's supposed to get your whole package, okay? I constantly go to a job every day, and I know this could give me a lot of flack and give me a lot of pushback or whatever, but people don't realize how educated I am. And it amazes me every single time. I was like, you know, you think less of me and you treat me as if though I don't know, because you assume that I don't have this training, or I don't have that, or I don't have this degree. And it's like almost shocking when people hear, like, oh my gosh, you went to college? Oh my gosh, you already graduated? Yeah, I did that like 4 years ago. We're working on some more stuff now. I mean, I don't know why that's such a shock. But I guess, you know, because I don't use my $1 million words, and I don't, you know, over exaggerate when I talk, and, you know, I don't do stuff like that. I don't seem educated, but I'm the type of person, I'm a realist, okay? So I'm gonna keep it real with you. You keep it real with me. I don't have to use $400 million words to impress anybody. It's the fact that I know how to use everything in a context in the appropriate way it's supposed to go. So, and I'm able to think on my feet. A lot of people who are overly educated, let me just say it like that, they can't think on their feet, and it makes me mad, okay? It makes me mad. One thing anybody should ever be able to do in any type of situation is think on their feet. So, with all that being said, I have simply not changed who I am to fit into their circle. I continue to be me. I continue to do me. Now, will I abide by their rules and laws and bylaws? Because, you know, that's the thing. You don't want to get sued or anything. But I stay true to me, because I know that I'm a whole package, but I'm just at the wrong address. Okay? So now, as I prepare myself, I'm taping my box back up, getting the new postage sticker. I'm hoping to be delivered to the right address the next time. And guess what? It may not happen, but at least I have the self-awareness, the determination, and the motivation to wrap myself back up, tape me back up, put a new shipping label on me, and get sent off in the quest for the right address. Okay? That's simply how that goes. So you have to figure it out. I can't figure it out. Bob can't figure it out. Jill can't figure it out. Only you can figure it out. So are you going to take the time and figure it out? That's another thing. We live in a microwave society. Nobody wants to take the time anymore. Nobody wants to think things through anymore. They just want to be like, oh, really? Okay, cool. And 2 days later, nothing happens. Nothing changes. Like, what's up with that? So, we have to take time. T-I-M-E, okay? Take time for me. You have to invest in yourself. And a lot of times people think that's money. No, there's not money all the time. It's simply just T-I-M-E. It's just time. Take time and you put up something on the wall. It could be a huge whiteboard or whatever. And you're just writing. You're like, okay, today I need 15 minutes of, sitting on the toilet thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow. That's cool. If you got any problems like I do, sometimes you got to sit on the toilet for 15 minutes. But you need to invest that into yourself, okay? And know that if you are at the wrong address, okay, don't let them continue to misuse you and not understand what the instructions were for you. Get up, rewrap yourself, put a "I'm sorry, I've been misused" sticker on you if you need to. Seal yourself back up in the box. Slap a new shipping label on it and keep going, okay? Keep going until you get to the right address that will know how to use you, that will let you blossom, that will let you be what you were intended to do, okay? Never settle for less and never think that you're stuck in a certain position, because I guarantee you give me the situation, I guarantee you there's a way out. It's up to you to see if you're strong enough, if you're determined enough, and if you're motivated enough. If you're not those three things, then you will never find a way out. But the amount of determination and motivation that I have in my life now, I honestly could not be at this satisfaction in my life without the tribe that's been behind me, without those who've been pushing me along the way, okay? That's why your tribe has to match your vibe, all right? That's why it's so important. If they weren't in my life pushing me from behind and pulling me from the front, okay, then I would not be as motivated and determined as I am today. Try to say that 3 times fast. Ooh, that was a tongue twister. So I give them the much respect, okay? And I say pulling from the front and pushing from behind because a lot of times we need to remember that once we make it to the top, we need to extend our hand and help somebody else. Now be careful, because sometimes they can try to pull you down. That old school prankster. But when you find yourself being pulled down, you just let go and be like, I'll let them push you up and I'll come back again, okay? So, on this morning, think about that, right? Think about the whole postal system and how packages sometimes get dropped off at the wrong location. And then you think to yourself, am I where I am supposed to be? And if you're not, get ready to make some changes. Wrap yourself back up. Seal your box up. Put a new shipping label on it. And get to your intended receiver. All right, you guys, if nobody else today tells you that they love you, know that I sincerely and dearly do love you from the bottom of my heart. I love everything that you do and how you're doing it please reach out. Don't hesitate if you need anything at all as far as motivational tips or anything else. Just let me know. I'll see what I can do. I have a lot of channels and a lot of networks. My name is Becky D with Becky D in the Morning. And as always, I'll talk to you tomorrow morning.